Hello and welcome. This is Ayana Lahi, and I am delighted that you're here with me today. We are going to jump into our B1 BU episode called When You Want Love, but Are Too Angry to Receive It. How many of you have been there? I know I have been. And it's where you want to be received. You want your words to be taken seriously. You want to be taken in. You want to be seen for who you are. And all of a sudden, the person that you love, have been in relationship with, decides that they want to receive you, maybe because you have held boundaries, you have said it like it is, you've shared what you really feel. Perhaps your partner feels as though you're pulling away and those special moments just aren't there anymore. And there's a hole in the relationship that you both know is there. And how do you heal that hole, that wound? How do you bring that love and that fun back together again? Well, the first thing to look at is the anger. But what you're really angry about. You're too angry to receive the love that's being shown to you, given to you, and extended to you through the universe. Perhaps you're going through a time where the lessons in your life are tough, and they're one after the next. It's to help you to break through some sanskars, patterns that are impressions and imprints in your psyche, in your memory body that you bring forward into a lifetime. And your life experiences might be hitting you hard. They might be clobbering you. They might be gentle. They might be easier than in the past. When you're listening and paying attention, God's source will still give you the lessons that you need and help you to awaken from how you've created your own system, truly your own solar system. You might be spinning around the center of yourself like the planets around the sun, but you still might not be on your axis, and it might feel confusing at times, or pretty often. These times are bringing up the deepest belief systems and fears and patterns and habits that are preventing your soul from moving towards the true inner sun so that you can become one with the light that you are, the essence, the unavoidable pathway back into yourself. We're in a time where it's so very clear if a person is moving away from the center of themselves or turning around and looking at what they have been separate and distant from and saying, I don't know what that feeling is, but I know I need to go in a different direction. And the direction that's really up on a planetary level right now is to move towards the inside center, the inside of yourself, the place where your inner sun is shining. And your sun self is an illuminated state, and you can't stay in the same old, the constant responses and pushbacks and pushaways that you might be having to world events, to the way your partner is even walking into the room. You're feeling triggered, and the triggers are normal right now because the triggers are opening up the places that you've closed down to over the last few years or during your life. And those triggers are messages. They're rays. They are intense, focused, light beams of higher consciousness from your higher self. Your higher self is the you that is steady and the same from lifetime to lifetime and goes through the experiences of being the light or being the ego. You're either in a lifetime where you are mastering your ego, believing that you are searching for and here to gain all the things that you want to have. And some of you go through your whole life in that mode, and many of you are going through a big wake-up call because of the instability and all of the constant changes that are happening politically, with the environment, with the temperatures, the heat, the droughts, the winds, the flooding, the political upheavals, people turning against the race of the week, who's the more important race, of the year. And it's become such an apparent, clear manipulation that it's an incredible time to face, ask yourself why you're not receiving the love that you really want through a lover, a partner, through someone you've been with for a long time, that the love just doesn't feel the same. Have you asked yourself what lens you're looking into your life from? Are you in a zoom lens? Are you in a wide angle? Is it close up? Are you just looking at it from such a long distance that the love feels a million miles away? Or maybe it's just 25 feet away and that's enough to shut you down. Your sanskara is those patterns that you're born with and that you create every time you give your power over to your ego mind, who wants you to serve it instead of you turning to that sun light inside of yourself. When you turn away from yourself, it's gonna feel like anger. When you feel that your position in life from the very beginning was to fulfill, to fit in, to meet expectations, to be molded. Human beings are very malleable. We're very much like clay. We can be formed. And it's part of the true power that we have, that once we connect that very mutable and changeable and flexible, energetic essence of who we are, and we connect it with Source itself, that infinite light, the true abundance, that feeling that you have when you read a story about someone who has had nothing financially, but they're able to accomplish amazing gifts and feats into our community, our collective. It's where you're driven, and you're riding the wave of that conscious light that only gets radiant when you have embraced the dark within yourself. Those parts of yourself that take you over, the anger, the resistance, the frustrations about what you don't have. And I've seen it so many times. Individuals who had to adapt in their early childhood into a certain grid of expectations and the way they were supposed to be, and they left their true self. And it is part of our culture, and time again, I experience that soon as a person turns back around and faces what they've left behind, what they've forgotten, what they've lost, what they've ABR'd, abandoned, betrayed, rejected in themselves. There is a unification with yourself that happens through receiving the love that is within inside of yourself, that usually exists underneath feeling not wanted, that you don't matter, that you're not enough, and you're going to feel angry. So when you want to receive the love, but you're too angry to receive it, you want to turn to that hole inside, or that large dark cloud inside of yourself, and start writing and asking him, her, what created the anger? What was not seen or heard or received in you? Those are the 3 causes for anger. So if your partner's not seeing, hearing, or receiving you, it's probably because you're not in yourself. And these times are wearing away the resistances that you have, because there's most likely something that's being ignited inside of you that wants to be brought into the flow of life. You want to be in a higher current. You look out into the world and you see and sense that there's so many hypocrisies and dichotomies that what do? You want to find the center point within you. It is where spirit and your body meet. I do call it your Holy Grail, because it's not just your feminine, as many books and myths and fables have written about. It's actually the meeting point of your feminine and your masculine. So when you receive the anger within inside of yourself, you're most likely having to experience how your ego self, the part that's really neither masculine or feminine, has taken over. They have hijacked the boat that you're on. And you can't feel the water underneath you. You can't feel the emotional flow. You just keep going with the tidal wave, or the water that seems to be moving really slowly that you can't get through. It turns into mud because the earth is not breathing inside of yourself, that earth that knows its life. And when that earth is closed down, that element within you that's always stabilizing yourself, and then the emotions are just moving in a channel through you that are making your earth muddy. It's like you're clogging through your life in big rubber boots, and it just doesn't feel good, and you're not accomplishing what you feel, and there's more and more of a loss and a yearning. And as soon as you start realizing maybe you're turning to food too often, to just kind of fill up the hole, your body will tell you if you need to slow down or move a little faster. But when you're too angry to receive love, it means that it's time for you to sit and be. And to read something super inspirational, close your eyes and put your hands on your heart and just breathe in gold light in your heart and pink light. And for just a few moments, stop identifying yourself in your life through the thoughts in your head. The thoughts will always keep popping up. But when you find the voice of that dark cloud that's been inside of yourself, that just really doesn't want to continue doing what you've done to it, whether it's fitting it into a box, the expectations I mentioned, your creative energies might be blocked. It might be time to go get some watercolors, some pastels. It might be time to get a hand drum. It's time to make a change. It might be time to buy the flute that you played 20 years ago, or to take a voice class, or to learn to trust the poetry that comes through you. You have to receive yourself. And if most of your day is spent in making a living and just trying to deal with your own loneliness or the feelings ranging from grief all the way through sadness and despair and sorrow, into pain, into anger. Anger is the power within you that's being blocked. So if you're feeling, and not knowing that you're feeling, but having a sense that you just aren't feeling empowered in your relationship, that your partner might, out of their own frustrations of feeling disconnected from their power, I'm not talking about the power over another, but the power of being who you really are, the power of your soul gift that you carry in the world has a momentum to come through. It has a momentum just like the planets turning on their orbit, on their axis around the sun. Your emotions will spin around you until you stop them and lock them in place. And soon as you lock your emotions in place, your energies slow down. You become sluggish and tired. And it doesn't even matter what you're eating because you're not really in the moment in yourself. So to unravel the source of the anger, you want to be bold. You want to take a risk and start writing and ask the question as you're writing with your writing hand, your dominant hand. Who inside of me is angry? And please share with me what I need to do so that you can come out. And I will listen. And you put your pen or pencil in your non-dominant hand and allow yourself to write. You can also use a recording function in your cell phone and just start talking and then listen to it. You want to listen to yourself. And you want to pay attention to not looking towards your partner for trying to make things better. If your partner pulls away, and it makes you angrier, and you realize that your needs aren't being met, I want to invite you to then write with the part of you that never was asked what their needs were. Or if you expressed your needs, how it was responded to. And dialogue, left hand, right hand asking the questions, not the right hand, but the dominant hand asking the questions, and the non-dominant hand giving the response, the answer. So whether you're lefty or righty, whatever your dominant hand is the hand that asks the questions. The non-dominant hand, the opposite hand, answers, and the handwriting looks sometimes really constricted or all over the place or expanded. Just have fun with it. And know that you are mending the polarities, that the opposite of your joy is your pain. And you are embracing what hurts so that you can open up in your own body and receive the love that is within you, no matter what you've been through, no matter what you're going through now. There is that next level of love that's always here to be received, and then to bring the mind into the love, to identify yourself with the love, means that you're surrendering, opening to the love. The ego mind, the in control mind, doesn't want to have anything to do with that. And that's the anger. The anger is there because you so want to break through. So the you that's resisting, allowing the you that's angry from breaking through so that you hear, receive, see, experience that you, it's so life-giving. And it has the power to really change and shift your life. And it's exciting. And it's one of the fastest ways to shift a relationship that feels as though it could crumble, as though the two of you are going in different directions. It's the way to restore the love that wants to be given and received. But remember, both partners, both of you, want to feel safe. And when you have left yourself and you're just so caught up in work and the patterns that you've used to avoid breathing, taking in, living, dancing in, writing, thinking, expressing, hanging out without escaping or just giving your mind candy, but you're really present with yourself, you're going to find the joy. And once you find that joy, it's up to you to be engaged with your joy, to interchange with your joy, to spend moments in time inviting the universe in all of its magnificent creation to come into you, to pour into you, to feel the solid earth under your feet, the water flowing through you in clarity, clearing what you no longer need, the fire of transformation in your body opening to burn up, to burn through the behaviors that you've taken on that have just slowed everything down and keep you angry. And the air. It helps you fly. To fly, you've got to have the air under your wings. And you've got to know how to move your arms. And you've got to know that your arms are connected to the wing shafts in your upper back. And here is your heart center. So to fly in the air, you need your heart center open. When you crave love and choose love more than anything else in the world, and you commit to finding and being that love every day, the love, the abundance, the insights, the strength, the clarity, all open up within you. Having love doesn't mean that you're not powerful. It's actually the opposite. Because love is crystalline clear, a God energy that's in you that is opening. And these times are all about that light opening within sight of you. So take those moments each day, whether it's a minute, 5 minutes, 15, 30, 45 minutes, 90 minutes, and take time to receive love that's pouring into you through the etheric, through the invisible realms until they become visible in you and to you. Sending you all my love. And I'm so thankful that we're here together right now, holding you in much light. I would love to invite you to check out IanaLahi.com, IANALAHI.com, and enjoy exploring the website and check out the Deepenings mini courses, the Deepenings courses. The minis are 1 hour to 2 hours long, and the regular Deepenings courses go all the way up to 7 to 10 hours. And the topics that you find there are life trainings, and they cover dozens and dozens of life experiences that once you move through those lessons and those challenges on all levels, you come home into you, and the spirit gateways, trainings, offerings, and programs give you those tools of how to get there. So, sending you much love, and thank you so much for joining with me today, and I'll be with you soon, and looking forward to us spending more time together. Take good care.